CEO and founder of Northern Organized Records, Carlos Loreto, became unalive this past week. And I know a lot of people might have a lot of questions. What actually took place was the cartel, because he became unalive in the city of Mexico, right? I'm going to give you guys the information that was made public right here in Mexico. And maybe you can discard certain stories that they're going to be put out there. So with this being said, don't forget to hit the like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to support this channel.
Así es, Joaquín, pues nuevamente te saludo. Efectivamente, un hombre fue asesinado de un disparo en el rostro, de acuerdo a lo que han dado a conocer las autoridades. Esto ocurrió en la colonia Jardines del Pedregal, en la alcaldía Álvaro Obregón, específicamente en Paseo del Pedregal y Cascada. Un par de hombres entra a un domicilio y pues quiere robar la casa, amaga a la pareja que pues vivía en esta casa, que era dueña de este inmueble, se llevan joyas, dinero, los obligan a abrir su caja fuerte y antes de irse es que le disparan al hombre, era un hombre y una mujer, los propietarios de esta casa, le disparan al hombre. La víctima ya fue identificada, de acuerdo con el periodista Carlos Jiménez, la víctima se trataría de Carlos Loreto, de 48 años, director ejecutivo de la disquera Northern Organized Records. Él, pues, fue la persona que murió.
What is do, my gente? Your boys coming through once again with a new video. And on today's video, yes, I'm going to tell you what happened with this founder of this record label and where he became unalive in the city of Mexico. So, apparently, Carlos Ulises Loreto, right? He was, the founder of this record label. And was living in a nice neighborhood over there in the Ciudad de Mexico. For those who know about Mexico, you know that Jardines del Pedregal is like a rich neighborhood. So, yes, it is a safe neighborhood. And trust me, there's the only reason why the cops going to go in there is because maybe there's a big jefe of a cartel living over there, right? I think they just got... couple years back, they caught El Hijo del Señor de los Cielos over there. If I'm not mistaken, it was right there or it was in Lomas. But apparently, multiple individuals brushed the house of this guy, right? And where he was staying with his wife. According to the reports, the guys didn't know that those guys were inside the house because they caught the guys, so they testified they didn't know that those guys were in there. But once they went in there, they tie them up and start collecting everything that was valuable. And when I say it was valuable, money, jewelry, collectibles. They even had old boy open a safe so they can retrieve all those valuables. And eventually, after they were done and ready to bounce, they shot him in the face. Of course, the wife heard this gunshot. She also... seen the individuals run away, so she called for help. Eventually, the cops came in with the ambulance, and they declared the guy unalive right there on the spot. So, for those who don't know, man, Mexico City has this camera system, and where they have multiple cameras to pinpoint everything, right? So if they want to catch somebody, they will catch them. So they seen that this guy's take off in this blue car, right? And eventually, as they went over there and pinpoint the cameras, they found out where they were staying at. It was in the Colonia Gabriel Ramos Milan en la Alcaldía Iztacalco. So apparently they got these two guys, right? One by the name of Francisco N., who was 29 at the time, and the other one by the name of Brian N., who was 42, right? And once they got these individuals and took them in to be identified by the wife, right? She agreed that this was the guys who went in because they have the same clothing and they look the same, right? They're chubby guys. So one thing I want to make clear, man, this was not cartel. This was not mafia. straight up. It was this guys, which the reporter is saying that most likely they knew the victim, and I agree with him, right? Because there's plenty of houses right there, better looking houses, with more famous people than this guy, uh, or less famous, right? And why would they target that house? And not only that, why would they take the money, take all the valuables, and before leaving, shot him in the face? Because they knew him. They knew him, and they were scared that this guy was going to tell them. But the thing that they didn't expect is that the the law enforcement was gonna get to their location ASAP. They got them within hours, man. It says on the report it was within minutes, but it had to be within hours, man. It takes a minute to track down or go through the cameras, right? But for right now, man, they're gonna do investigations to see if these guys are connected to other robberies, and honestly, we'll see what happens. I don't know how long they're gonna do in prison, because for those who know, man, usually when you go to prison right here, they'll keep you in there so people forget about you, and eventually, once the time pops up, you can give some money and maybe they'll let you go home. Trust me, I have seen that many times, and it's sad. But that's how it works right here. With money, you can do whatever you want, as long as you're not that famous, right? Now, one thing I didn't know about this individual is that he created his label in 2019 and was registrado in Mexico. This individual, even though he had signed people from California, he also signed a lot of people from Mexico, from Durango, from Ciudad, from Juarez, and was basically providing a platform for those individuals who maybe didn't have the means to expand their music, their talent, and this guy was capitalizing on this, right? Of course, the guy had a YouTube channel in where he was promoting his music. The guy was involved in selling merchandise, selling beer, man, and he was doing it, man. The guy was living in a nice area that not a lot of people have the privilege to live in, right? So it's sad to hear this story, man. I just brought up to you guys the story that's going around this news over here, and basically translated to you guys to what's actually on the newspapers, what's actually on the internet, what's actually on the TV, man. And hopefully you appreciate this. So with this being said, we are out. To next video. Muchas gracias.